Hey guys, what is going on? It is Cat with 3 Guns Down as always, and welcome to a game and some noise. The game is Destiny, and I am your noise. I kind of did this series a while ago, when I did like daily Call of Duty gameplay, or sometimes I would do Halo, and I would just do a game that I like to kick back, chill, and play for shits and giggles. And, yeah, there's a couple reasons why I'm bringing it back, and I decided to call it a game and some noise, because that's pretty much all I am at this point, is some noise to some of you. And just daily gameplay videos, of shit that decent gameplay, you know, whatever. This one's okay, this gameplay. It's nothing spectacular. There will be some spectacular ones, though, that I'll pull from the archive in my PlayStation. I have some fucking monster games where I drop like 50 bombs in Control. It's awesome. But there's a need for this in this channel for a couple reasons. This is probably the only content you guys are going to get for a while. Yes, that means the Halo lore series is currently on pause, and so is the Destiny lore series. Yes, I do still plan to continue that, even though Destiny is kind of a failure. Not in terms of sales, in terms of being a game, it's a failure, in my opinion. Look, the one thing I really enjoy about it is the PvP, and I'm still definitely going to play it when the new content comes out, but it still has one too many issues for me to be like, yeah, this game's worth buying. It's really not. There's so much. This game is like a half thought. There's so many little tiny things missing from this game that just should be done in a game, and they're not here. And it took them 5 years to get to the point where a lot of stuff is not here for this game. So it's really just disappointing. It's like we were delivered something that's missing a whole bunch of shit and just has a lot of unfinished ideas in it. It's not what I wanted. But hey, it's really fun to play PvP. That being said, though, for fuck's sake, do they have some server desync issues? Like, oh my god, how do you still not have this? How does this come from Bungie? But we're not going to sit here and fucking rag on Destiny the whole time. That'd be really boring. That's not the idea of this, to be boring. It's just for me to tell you guys what's going on. So, there's not going to be any content other than short little easy stuff I can put together like this, or podcasts that I do with some of the other guys if we ever actually get that rolling, which I'd like to. Because jobs kicking in really hard. Finals are kicking in. Finals are kicking my ass really hard too. There'll be more content once finals are over, but I'm not making any promises until like after the first of the year. Especially once I get things kind of conscripted to being usual, because the job's taking 8 to 12 hours, depending on when they want me and where they need me, of my time a day. And then it's like I've got weekends free, Friday and Saturday, but I also kind of like having friends and then a social life and chilling. That being said, I'll be streaming whenever I can, which is probably going to be as often as possible. Like, if I got some free time for like 3 or 4 hours, I'll probably stream. And so that's where you guys will catch me. And you can come in there and chill with us and play games and, you know, stuff like that. Sometimes we'll do community night where we'll pull people in from the channel and play games together. I still need people to run a raid with on my schedule for World of Warcraft and Destiny, because there are some people I used to play with now that I can't play with because our schedules are so far different from each other. If I'd have gotten that slam, it'd have been really cool, but I didn't. Sad face. Anyway, so some of you guys that are free, you know, hit me up. I'd rather do raiding and things like that in World of Warcraft and Destiny and you know, just playing around with games and stuff like that from people within my community rather than randoms I don't know from matchmaking, which Destiny still doesn't currently have, by the way. So it's, you know, that's just where it's at. This gameplay is not too bad for not playing Destiny for like some 3 months. I did about 5 or 6 games. This was literally the first game I did of the night, and it's on my favorite map, Twilight Gap. I love Twilight Gap. This map design is so good. It is kind of, I hate the 3-lane design. So here's this thing that map designers have done here lately. I noticed this in Advanced Warfare, and it bugs the fuck out of me in Advanced Warfare. Advanced Warfare has some of the worst map design I've ever seen. It's one of the best Call of Duties here lately, but it has one of the worst map design I've ever seen. Call of Duty Ghost had asymmetrical maps, right? Completely different from everybody's side. Everybody hated those. And they're like, bring 3-lane back. Well, in Advanced Warfare, they brought 3-lane back, kind of. But they brought it in a way that there's so many different angles to get at, to run through, so many different options to go through. It's not really 3-lane either. It's like asymmetrically 3 lanes. Like, yeah, technically there are 3 lanes at which you're going to see the majority of the combat go, but there's so many different alternating paths throughout those 3 lanes, and there's even some 4-lane maps that it's not really it's asymmetrical 3-lane. It's 3 lanes that are unequal on all sides. And that's what this map is, I would call it, an asymmetrical 3-lane map. But it's done really, really well. And I think it's done really, really well because of the different levels of elevations. Like, there's technically 6 lanes, if you want to look at it like that. There's the 3 lower lanes, the outside lower, the mid lower, and then the other edge outside lower. And then there's the 3 top lanes. And then one of the lanes kind of stops here and there, so maybe it's like a 2-lane asymmetrical map. I don't really know what you would call this. Maybe it's just an asymmetrical map. Fuck if I know. But it's a fun map. It's a great designed map. I love the different levels of verticality in it, the different backdrops and shoots that they give you, the different ways of escaping. Like, there's so much going on in this map, and that's probably why it's one of my favorites. This is good map design. Bungie still designs maps really, really well. I just wish they would get the server latency and the tick rate right for Destiny. If they did that, if they... Like, don't they have dedicated servers? We have to be online anyway, right? Why are there no dedicated servers for multiplayer? It feels like there's not dedicated servers for multiplayer. I mean, we never have host migration, but man, some of the connections that I see, whew. And if you notice in the gameplay, or yourself when you're watching a lot, you'll kill somebody and then 30 seconds later, oh, there's 100 points for killing them. What? Like, the server latency sometimes takes that long getting back to you, letting you know, oh yeah, you killed somebody, by the way. I'm not sure if you actually noticed that, but it's like, God, come on. Coming from Bungie, it's frustrating. It's a really sad attempt. That being said, though, compared to 343 Industries, Bungie, you're doing fucking awesome. Jesus Christ. What happened? 343. The Master Chief Collection, I'm sure a lot of you guys, because a lot of you guys are Halo fans because you watch the Halo lore series, have played it, or have tried it, or have heard that it's a piece of shit right now. They finally got matchmaking to work, kinda, sorta. But it still doesn't work. Like, there's a lot of party issues, there's so many issues inside the Master Chief Collection. It makes me want to pull my hair out, because it's like, literally, all you're doing is porting 4 games into one and moving it over to another console. What's the issue here? Like, what? Seriously, what's the issue here? You know, it's gotten so bad that Phil Spencer tweeted out, he's like, I pretty much live at 343 Industries right now, trying to help them get this going on. When the Microsoft executive moves over so that you can get your shit straight, you really got to get your shit straight. And I think Microsoft should look at 343, look at where its leadership is and where its developers are right now, and really consider moving some assholes out, because they obviously have no idea what they're doing. They're like, yeah, we tested this on our internal networks and we never ran into any of these issues. By the way, 343 did not do a Q&A, they did not do closed alpha or closed beta testing for the Master Chief Collection. They did nothing. They just thought porting it would be perfectly fine. Look where that got them. Do Q&A testing, developers. Do it on a huge scale. You know, they didn't have these problems on internal networking, because internal networking's fucking LAN. I'm not 500 miles across the internet on somebody on LAN. I'm sitting beside them. Of course you had no issues. It is what it is. I hope to God they fix MCC. I hope to God Destiny's fixed down the road too. I think this one will be worth buying a year from its release. But that's a conversation for another time. I'm Scout with Three Goes Down, guys. Leave a comment what you think about everything I said today down below. And I will see you guys on the next game with some noise.